Hello everyone and welcome to my channel. My name is Donna and I am the Creole Crafter. Today I have 5 farmhouse decor DIYs for you guys. DIY number 1. Here are the supplies that you need for this DIY. I have some black and white gingham ribbon that I got from Dollar Tree. I also have some apple barrel paint in warm buff. I also have some felt stick-on letters that I got from Dollar Tree, and I have a wooden house that I cut out, but you can find wooden houses at Dollar Tree. They have them all year round, or all different sizes. Okay, the first thing we're going to do is I painted my house front and back. I gave it only one coat with the paint. And I'm going to take my Waverly Antique Wax and I'll be dry brushing the whole entire piece. And if dry brushing isn't for you, you can just leave your house plain. And you don't just have to use, you can paint your house whatever color you like. And the next thing I did was took my sanding block, and you can also use some sandpaper. And I'm going to sand it down the entire thing to make it look more natural. Okay, the next thing we're going to do is we're going to take our ribbon and we're going to measure it and cut it and hot glue it around the entire house, and to give it, like a frame, so to speak, put a frame around our house. And all I'm using is just a small bead of hot glue to attach the ribbon to the house. And you don't just have to use ribbon, you can use jute twine or some of that nautical rope or whatever you like. Or you don't have to use anything else. This is just my preference. And after I did that, what I did was took some greenery that I got from Dollar Tree and took a couple of picks. But first I took the stick-on letters and I spelled out the word home, sweet home. And you can spell out whatever text you like on your house. And I took some greenery, took a few picks off of it, made a little swag type thing, and took a sunflower from another pick from Dollar Tree and hot glued it in the center, hot glued the swag to it, and added a sawtooth hanger to the back. And I think this came out so cute. There it is, guys. Leave me a comment. Here we go. Here we go with the words. Okay, DIY number 2. I have some Waverly Antique Wax, some Spanish moss from Dollar Tree, and 3 of those square boxes from Dollar Tree. Also some white eggs that I had left over from Easter last year, and some more stick-on letters from Dollar Tree. First thing we're going to do is take the hardware off of our boxes. And for some reason, y'all, my boxes had 2 tags on it. One in the front and one in the back. But anywho, I've never seen that before. I've seen them with one, or maybe I just didn't really pay attention to it. But just take your hardware off, and you're going to take some sandpaper, and I'll be using my sanding block from Dollar Tree, and just sand it down because you want the surface of your boxes to be smooth. Next thing we're going to do is dry brush our boxes. But of course, if you choose to paint yours, then that's fine. You do you. If you don't care for dry brushing, but as you guys know, I absolutely love it. And if you want to give it the, try the dry brushing, just get you a chippy brush, paintbrush, and you want to start with just a little paint in the beginning until you get the feel for it, and dry brush a little. And if you feel like you're comfortable with that, and then you move on and add more paint to your brush and your, to get a thicker coat of the paint on your budget. I hope that makes sense. And I'm going to dry brush the whole entire thing, front, back, inside, outside, edges, yeah, the whole entire box. And I'm going to let it dry. After it has dried completely, what I'm going to do next is, and I'm just showing you here that everything has been dry brushed and dried. What the next step we're going to do is we're going to take our stick-on letters, or if you have a Cricut and you want to cut out something, or you want to have good penmanship and you want to write in a text, whatever your choice may be. But yeah, we're going to stick on the letters, and I'm going to spell out the word Farm Fresh Eggs. And I'm putting the words on the smallest box. Okay, now it's time to put our boxes together. We're going to put the largest one to the bottom, the next size in the middle, and the smallest to the top. And I'll be using super glue, wood glue, and hot glue to attach them together. And I'll be attaching them like in a staggered style, staggered each box. I want to take this time to thank all my subscribers. Thank you guys so much. You know I deeply appreciate each and every one of you. And to all my new subscribers, hello and welcome to the family. And thank you also. You are also deeply appreciated. And if you're new, just stopping by, well, hello there and welcome. If there's anything in this video that you like, give me a big thumbs up. And also consider subscribing so you too can be a part of my YouTube family. Thank you guys so much, and I love you guys to the moon and the back. To the moon and back. It's been one of them days, y'all. It's just been one of them days for me. So excuse me if I say whatever the wrong way. Excuse me. And if you guys have been with me for a while, you know to expect that from me. And I do apologize. Okay, after you glue your boxes together, I gave mine in about 15-20 minutes so that glue can set because of them being stacked on top of each other, and I didn't want it to fall apart. But after it has set, you want to take your Spanish mouse and you want to put a little bit on the bottom of each box. And I'm using hot glue, but you can use tacky glue or wood glue or super glue, whichever you have, to attach your Spanish mouse to the bottom of your box. And right here, I'm just trimming it so it doesn't look, all wild and loose and flying everywhere. Just trimming it so it can look neat and pretty. And after we have all of that glued down, what we're going to do next is we're going to take our eggs, and I'm going to hot glue 3 eggs to the middle box and the bottom box. And like I said, just use just enough hot glue to keep them attached, because remember, these eggs are made out of foam, and you don't want your hot glue to melt your foam eggs. So just use just enough so they can stick. And I did 3 in each box, but it depends on what size your eggs are to how many you're going to use. And I really like this DIY project. I think it came out so cute. Leave me a comment, guys, and let me know what you think of this. I hope you like it as much as I do. And I'm trying to find a spot on my table. For some reason, I don't know what happened with my table. It was fine at first when I started using it. And then it's like it just did a dip or something. I don't know. But anyway, it's self-standing. I'm going to stand it on the counter in my kitchen. DIY number 3. Here are the supplies that you'll need for this project. Waverly Antique Wax, apple barrel paint in white, apple barrel paint in elephant, I want to say. And I have this piece that I found at a thrift store. I think I paid like 25 cents for it. And some of those plastic dessert cups from Dollar Tree. And I also have some of the jumbo push pins. Okay, the first thing that we're going to do is take our push pins, and you're going to need 4 of them. And we're going to hammer them because they're so thick and sturdy. I had to use a hammer to hammer them down just like a nail. And I put one on each corner 4 feet for the box. And I'm going to give the box a paint, 1 coat of the gray paint. And I'm going to paint the entire thing, even the feet. And right here I'm showing you where I also painted the dessert cups with the white paint. And I'm going to take the antique wax and I'm going to dry brush that all over the entire cup too, so that they can look like wood. And I'm just distressing, giving it a heavy distress. And you want to distress the whole entire thing. And I want to say this, when you're doing this, make sure that if you're, stroking, with your paintbrush in a vertical motion, make sure you do that all the way around. And if you're going horizontal, make sure you stick with horizontal all the way around. Whichever way you're doing it, just stick with it the same direction all the way around the entire cup. And I'm showing you right here, I did 3 already, and they are dry, and I'm just showing you here how they look. And also the wooden box is completely dry, and I'll also be dry brushing that entirely, everything, the feet, and I'll give it not a heavy distressing to this, I'll give it a light distressing. I want to take this time and give a shout out to my sis, Melinda over at I'll Be Down. I want to say congratulations, girl, for reaching that 1K. I am so excited and so happy for you. I got up this morning, and like I always do, I always check our numbers, and I saw that she had reached 1,000. Like, oh my God, she's made it to her 1K goal. I got so excited, y'all. I was so excited, like it was me that had actually reached 1,000. Congratulations again, girl. You go, girl. I am so happy for her. She has worked so hard to reach that 1K, and I'm so happy for her. Okay, we're going to let our distressing, dry brushing dry completely before we move on. And now that everything has dried, what I did was took some pieces of fluorofoam and cut down to size. And you can find fluorofoam at Dollar Tree. They have it all the time. And I placed a small piece in the bottom of the cups so that the greenery that I'm going to put in there so that it can have something to attach to. And I got that greenery from Dollar Tree. Dollar Tree always carry all different types of greenery. You can find it there year round. And I'm just going to place it inside each cup until my eyes are happy. And I wanted mine to look kind of full. So I used both picks. I used 2 picks for the 4 cups. And I think this came out so cute. I hope you like it as much as I do. Leave me a comment, guys, and let me know what you think. And there it is, all done and beautiful. Okay, DIY number 4. Here are the supplies that you need for this DIY. I have some parchment paper. I have some of that faux leather in the color navy blue. I also have some tissue paper, well, a galvanized sign that says thankful from Dollar Tree. And you can find, I found that one in the fall time. They put those out like around Thanksgiving, I want to say, yeah. And I have some tissue paper also that I got from Dollar Tree. Some apple barrel paint in navy blue. Mod Podge, you can find Mod Podge at Dollar Tree. Some apple barrel paint in white, find that at Walmart or one of your other craft stores. And some half beads that I purchased from Amazon. And I also have a piece. I don't know what type of wood it is, but I found it at our Habitat for Humanity store, and I think I paid like either 25 cents or 50 cents for it. So now we're over in the paint shop because we're going to do some painting. We're going to paint all of our pieces. We're going to paint our galvanized sign, and you can paint it whatever color your heart desires. I just chose blue because blue is my favorite color for one. And I'm going to use a sponge because I don't want any of the streaks in it from the paintbrush, you know, the paintbrush line. So I'm using a sponge and dabbing the paint on. And the little half beads, you're going to need 4 of those. And I'm also going to paint those using apple barrel paint in black. And I'll be painting the wood piece with the white apple barrel paint. And I'm just going to give my wood piece 1 coat of that because the tissue paper is white and I don't want the brown. We're going to be decoupaging it, yes. And because of the piece being that dark brown, you know, that brownish color, I don't want that to show through my tissue paper. So I'm going to give that piece 1 coat of the white paint and let it dry completely. Let everything dry completely before we move on. Okay, now that everything has dried, what I did, and I didn't do it on camera, and I apologize, I gave the one coat of the Mod Podge, and I let that dry completely. And now I'm taking the tissue paper and I'm placing it on top, just making sure that it's big enough to cover the entire piece. And that's what I'm doing here. And I'm stretching a little because it had a little bit of wrinkling in it from, I guess, from the packaging, So I'm trying to just smooth that out right here. That's why you see me stretching it a little bit there. And I'm going to take my parchment paper and place it on top of the tissue paper. And I'll be using my little mini iron that my sister Melinda gifted me. Thank you again, Melinda. I love my little iron. And the reason why I'm using the iron is because with this method here, the heat from the iron will reactivate the Mod Podge, and your tissue paper will adhere to whatever piece you're working on without any bubbles and without any wrinkles with that parchment paper over it. And now I'm taking my file buffer, and I'm gonna sand off the edges, the excess tissue, and I'll be sanding in a downward motion all the way around the entire piece. And you can use sandpaper, some fine grit sandpaper, and get the same effect with that. And I also went over the top of that with some more Mod Podge. I gave it one coat, the top coat of Mod Podge. And right here, I'm just taking a galvanized sign and I'm placing it where I want it to go. You can use whatever wording you like. You can cut something out of your Cricut and put it on. You can use some rub-on letters or stickers, or you can leave it plain as is. It's your choice. And I remember one time before I was doing a patriotic DIY a couple of videos ago, and I used some Mod Podge to adhere a star to a sign that I was doing, and I told you guys that I would let you know in a later video if that method worked, and it did. That star is still on that sign. I even tried to pry it off, and it did not come loose. It's not loose. It really is stuck to that sign. So that's what I'm doing here. I'm trying that same method with this galvanized sign in the Mod Podge to adhere it, attach it to this, and I'll let you know in a later video how well it works. So what I did was I took my faux leather and I cut 2 straps the same length and the same size to attach for it to be used as handles. Now, this tray is just for decorative purposes. I'm only gonna, like my grandmother used to say, put my whatnots on it. And just to decorate with. I won't be using it to carry anything with. So that's why I'm attaching the straps with some hot glue. But if you want your tray to be for carrying stuff, I would suggest either screwing your straps in or using a hammer and a nail or some staples or some type of adhesive like E6000 or something like that to attach your handles. But like I said, this is not going to move. It's just going to stay stabled and just for decorating, like for a candle or or something like that. And I'm taking a little half beads and I'm just going to hot glue them on to give it to look like they have screws in the straps, or so to say. That's what I'm using the beads for, like I said, just for decorative purposes. And I put a handle on each side. And I think this came out so cute, y'all. So cute. And there it is. Absolutely love it. And like I said, I'll let you guys know how that Mod Podge works with that galvanized sign. Okay, DIY number 5. And I have some Mod Podge from Dollar Tree. I also have some apple barrel paint in a warm buff, and the antique wax, of course. And I have some, I call these my tracing letters. I've had these letters for a while, and every time I feel like I want to, do a wording and I want to, hand paint it, or so to say, I'll trace the letters and then I'll hand paint it. And I have 4 of those square blocks from Dollar Tree, and I have some wall stick-on decor from Dollar Tree. And those blocks are the ones that have like the cooking measurements on them and different, cooking phrases and words. But Dollar Tree have all kind of square, square blocks, pieces, signs that you can use. And I'm going to paint each piece. I'm going to give it 1 coat of the warm buff paint. Just 1 coat, not an entire coat, but just 1. And right here I'm showing you where I painted it. And I only painted the back. I didn't paint the side with the wording and the measurements only, because this is going to be a 2-sided sign. Now right here, I'm just lining up my letters so that everything can be in line, and so to say. And right here, I'm just taking a pencil and I'm going to trace my letters. I'm only going to show you the E. I'm only going to do the E so you can see exactly what I'm doing. And I'll just hush and just let you watch. And I'm going to take some of that chalk paint from Dollar Tree. And what I'm going to do is just take a small paintbrush and just stay inside of the lines that I traced, the lines of the letter, and paint on the inside of it. And I like doing this, y'all. And I have a Cricut, and I have so many stick-on letters, and I just love to do this. I love to trace those letters and actually paint them, and I think it's so therapeutic. And when I'm doing it, I guess because I'm concentrating on staying inside of those lines, I'm at peace with myself. I'm at a peaceful place, and I don't have to think about anything else, only concentrating on painting inside of those lines. And I know this one is kind of long, and I've only been putting out little short videos. And if you're still here with me, you are truly a blessing to me, and I thank you so much for sticking in there with me. And I hope you stay with me until the end of this video. Okay, now I didn't do the O because I'm going to use one of those wall stick-on things. What are they called? Wall decor stick-on pieces. I'm going to use that for the letter O. And I'm going to use Mod Podge to adhere it to the block. And I'm just giving it a layer of Mod Podge. And because of the paint, I also Mod Podge the letters that I painted to seal the paint in, because it's going to go on my kitchen counter, and I don't want, in case the water splatters on it or something wastes on it, that Mod Podge is going to protect it. And I decided to take the little planter with the cactus in it and use that for the O. And I attached it with Mod Podge, and of course I'm going to go back and put Mod Podge on the top of it too. Give it a coating of Mod Podge to protect it. And because of it being a double-sided sign, I also Mod Podge. And I'm sorry I didn't show that on film, but I also Mod Podge the other side of the block with the writing on it. I did give that a coat too, because it, I'm going to use it as a double-sided sign. And of course, I'm going to dry brush it because I wanted to blend in with the rest of my decor in my kitchen, and my kitchen decor is from the Farmhouse style. So I'm just going to dry brush just lightly, just give it a light dry brushing, or distressing, a light distressing, so to say. And like I say, dry brushing is not for everyone. You don't have to do this. You just can pick whatever color you like, and and paint your blocks that color. But if you do decide to distress it, what I always say is you start out with just a little paint on your brush, and you start out with a light distressing, and if you feel like you want it to be darker, then you add more paint to your brush, and you go on from there. And what I'm doing here is I'm just checking to make sure that everything is lined up. And I'm glad I did, because look, my H was upside down. So that's what I'm doing. Just checking to make sure I have everything lined up straight. And I'm going to use some of that super glue, wood glue from Dollar Tree, and some hot glue to attach the wording, the letters together to form a sign. And because of the wood glue, I would suggest that you just, let it sit for maybe 15 or 20 minutes until that glue sets. And there it is. And yeah, it's a double-sided sign. I can leave it like that on my counter. And when I'm cooking, if I need a measurement, all I have to do is just flip it over and look at my measurements. I think this is so cute, guys. Leave me a comment and let me know what you think of this DIY project. And I didn't put a hanger or anything on it because, yeah, it's self-standing, and I'm just going to stand it on the counter. And there are all 5 DIY projects, Farmhouse DIY projects. Okay, guys, I want to thank you guys for watching, and if there's anything in this video that you like, give me a big thumbs up, and also consider subscribing to my channel to become a part of my YouTube family. And don't forget to hit that notification bell. You want to click down, click all, so YouTube can notify you each and every time that I upload a brand new video. And yeah, I'll see you guys in the next episode. Thank you guys again. Bye-bye.